Let's do some drywall.
Hello YouTubers, we're doing a bathroom fixing towel bar holes. This is a common issue in every home. Maybe one time you pulled on a towel bar and it ripped right out of the wall. Well, that happens a lot because they use drywall anchors. They don't even screw these things into the studs. Anytime you're pulling and tugging on something, it's going to rip out of the wall, pulling the anchors out along with it. This situation happened to this one. Pulled out and left a big 1-inch hole. With these 1-inch holes, I just pre-fill it. I'm using a 5-minute mud. You can also use a joint compound, but with a joint compound, you have to let it dry. Pre-fill the hole, fiberglass over it. If the hole's pretty big, you can do 2 layers of fiberglass to cover the hole. I'm following it with a first coat mud. I'm using a 5-minute mud. I do use Hyde knives. I do like the Hyde knives because they are quality. They're made with a stronger metal. I've used over the years big box knives. The quality has gone down over the years. That's why I stick with the Hyde knives. It's a stronger material. Just like a chef uses high-end knives. Same thing with the drywaller. We like to use good products because we don't want to keep buying tools over and over. Especially if you have a knife that breaks on you or bends on you on the job, that's a no-no. That's why we use Hyde knives. Fiberglass over it, same technique as downstairs in the other bathroom. This one's a pretty big hole, so I'm putting 3 layers of fiberglass over it to fully cover the hole. And then we just give it a nice fill, first coat right over it. Same thing with this hole. Do 2 layers over it to cover the hole completely. Pre-filled in, follow it through with a nice first coat. I'm using a 10-inch knife. You can use a 6 or 8, but I got my 10-inch knife ready. Just doing a tight first coat. We're not trying to build up the mud. This is a hot mud, so you don't want to put the mud on too heavy. You just want to fill it in and give it a nice coat. Now that it's set up, with the 5 minutes you have to work with it before it sets up. It's about 3 to 5 minutes. It's starting to set up. I follow it through with the wet sponge, and then I use a Hyde 6-inch knife to slick it out. I'm slicking it out. I'm taking off the extra material. That's why we like to use high quality metal knives, because we work with these knives a lot and we want to be able to take off the mud and work with these knives. This is not just a cheap little putty knife. We got to actually do professional work here. Same technique upstairs in the other bathroom. We're just getting all these slicked out. This is the process, slicking it out before the hot mud sets up. These patches weren't huge, so I just got away with doing 1 coat and then slicking it out process. Now we're going to do a skip trowel. I'm just using a 6-inch Hyde drywall knife, a nice straight knife. I like to use a straight knife for any type of skip trowel to get the pattern. Usually if you have a bent knife, a cheaper knife, you can't get this pattern because the knife's not straight. That's why I'm using a nice 6-inch straight knife. Other guys use bigger knives to do a skip trowel, but this is a patch job, so to get the texture matching, that's why I like to use a 6-inch knife. This is called a skip trowel. Every job's different, every house has a different texture, but this is a skip trowel. The process of coating's the same, the texture is just a cosmetic finish, so you just match whatever the project has. Feather the edge. And then we just take it up a little higher to blend it out. There's nothing to the skip trowel. It's easy once you figure it out. I just use a regular joint compound on skip trowels and my textures. I don't use hot muds. That's all it needs, a little bit of mud and 6-inch knife. Now I'm upstairs, just going to finish it off. I'm going to just texture this whole area so it's just one texture area. Instead of having 2 patches on the wall, it'll be a nice feathered out area. This is an easy repair anyone can do themselves, because it is going to happen. You are going to get small holes in your walls. Every home has it. Every room has a hole in the wall. So this is easy do-it-yourselfer. Somebody can do themselves, and all they have to have is the right tools to do the job. Once it's all skip troweled, you just gotta let the texture, regular joint compound dry for 24 hours, and anytime tomorrow thereafter, it's ready to be sanded, primered, and painted. There you go. Easy fix you can do.